Here are the results that my class have found. In filling in the table, somebody had a shape with 6 dots on the edge and 2 on the inside, an area of 4.5, whereas others had an area of 4. What we did was write both in the table and double check them. And we found out that this shape here actually did have an area of 4. Perhaps you've done that yourself. Also, a lot of people notice that these shapes here are not possible. Perhaps you noticed that yourself. That if we had, for example, a shape with just 2 dots on the edge, that shape wouldn't really be a shape at all, wouldn't be a 2D shape. It would just be a line. And so that's not possible, and neither were these ones. Well done if you did that yourself as well. Something else that a lot of people noticed was that these areas seem to be going up in 0.5. As I goes up by 1, it seems to be going up by 0.5. So I think we've done that now. I could maybe write a bit more about this. I could say when I goes up by 1, A goes up by 0.5. Now, a nice thing to do with that is to draw a little graph. You don't necessarily need to do this yourself, but it's nice if you did, so that we can see visually how when I goes up by 1, then the area goes up by 0.5. For every 1 across, it goes up by 0.5. That graph might help you with the next thing that we do. As a mathematician, I want to know if there's a formula that connects I with A. So a formula that I could just tell this formula that I have a shape with a certain number of I dots, and it would give me the area straight away. If you remember anything about graphs, this graph might help you to figure out what the formula is. I've given you some options here, and I'm going to tell you that one of these formulas describes what's going on here. Let me use one as an example to remind you how to use formulas. Let's take this red one here. So A equals 2I plus 3. This formula says, given the number of I dots, times it by 2 and add 3, and it will give the area. Let's check that. So if I was 0 up here, is that going to be correct? We have A is 2 lots of I plus 3. Well, 2 lots of 0 is 0. And then add 3 is 3. So this formula works for this one here. Great. We've told it that I was 0 and it said that A is 3. But we need to check it for the others. So let's try the next one. I is 1 and we want an area of 3.5. Let's see whether it works. A is 2 times 1 plus 3. That's what the formula says. 2 times 1 is 2. And then add the 3 is 5. Oh, this formula hasn't worked for this one. So this formula is not the formula that we're looking for. Try these other formulas yourself and try to find the formula that describes what's going on here.